hip-hop? What the fuck do you know about non-rapping rappers?
Welcome to the real, there's no need to fake. Everybody want the truth till you put it in their face. Never water down, we don't really like the taste. It's like giving out medals, time to put them in their place. Talk about it from the raps to sports. Smash Mouth Radio, I am Rapaport. Got gang like Shutters, we aim like Remy. Sitting with Sopranos, we known to talk heavy. Tune the man, telling them to tune in. Moody played the wing like Starks without hooping. It was cool, you been rocking with the rest, but now you were rocking with the best.
All right, it's the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, live and in prime time podcasting with the Disco 2. Today we have special guests. Our guys, Portugal the Man, my guy John and Zach from Portugal the Man, the group. Motherfuckers just won a Grammy. Come rocking with the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Me, the young shooter, got to sit down with these dudes. These dudes came out of nowhere. I mean, they've been rocking for a long time, but they came out of nowhere, small indie band. Now they are major league, cross-cultural pop stars. I'm sure they don't like being referred to as pop stars by the Gringo Mandingo, but pop is good. Popular music is good, and making money is good. So we have Portugal the Man live and in prime time. But first, me and G Moody, whose last name rhymes with duty, are going to discuss Air Max 95 Day, Sick Fucks of the Week, and Gerald, I got to watch Odell Beckham work out live and in person. All that and more on a Smash Mouth. This is like Rolling Stone magazine primetime podcasting with Portugal the Man. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Miles, Jordan, let me get a fucking smacker for these dudes. Let's go. All right. My name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. the Jeff Ruland of podcasting, a.k.a. the Jake LaMotta of podcasting. They also call me White Mike. Some people still call me Bird. I'm here with G Moody, whose last name rhymes with duty. Yeah. Have no fear, the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast crew is here. We are backed up by the best producers in the world. As I told you, today we'll be joined by these dudes, Portugal the Man. I'm fans of theirs. They're fans of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. They're also big podcasting fans. They know what's up with podcasting. I'm gonna fucking, hold their feet to the fire. You know what I mean? Because I want to find out. They're like, oh, we fuck with you, Mike. We'll see if you fuck with us the most. Okay? They got that huge, big-ass song. It's been in car commercials. They play it during the Oscars, during the Super Bowl. Feel It Still. These guys are blowing up. G Monetti.
Yo.
Did you know that the other day was Air Max Day?
There was such a thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a huge thing. I thought you would have been on the front lines of Nike Air Max 95 Day.
And can you explain why there is such a day and what's the motivation for it?
I have no clue. I've done some research. My guy Toby Morris from the group H2O, good friend of mine, friend of the show, friend of the podcast, good dude, the PMA King. Fucking guys. I mean, if you're in a bad mood, you don't want to be around this guy. Just fucking Mr. Positivity. Just like, shut the fuck up, man. Run into a fucking wall and then come back to me. He broke it down to me. So every year, I guess there's a thing that Nike does called Air Max Day, the 1995 Air Maxes. And I guess each year they put out a special edition, a version of the Air Max 95s. And then there's lotteries, there's giveaways. The majority of the people pay for them. So there's lotteries because they don't want to give them to everybody because they're so fucking special.
Oh, so they put the people on like a scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt. That's what they should call it. Air Max 95 scavenger hunt. The annual Air Max 95 scavenger hunt. G Moody, that's why I fucking like you.
Good, I'm glad, motherfucker.
You come with the fucking zingers. And we're going to get to some of the zingers and some of the questions from the people. Please remind me, because I'm about to go down this Air Max 95 scavenger hunt road, and I don't know where I'm going to wind up at the end. But if you can, remind me. So there's a scavenger hunt. I literally saw, because I live in a part of Los Angeles where there's all the shops. I live nearby. So I think it was, I don't know, it was a couple of days ago. It was a day ago, 2 days ago, whatever. It doesn't matter. This podcast is timeless. It doesn't matter. It wasn't the day that I was filming. It was a few days ago. So I'm driving around in the evening, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I see about 10 people. The store's closed. They're camped the fuck out. Literally. No bullshit. I saw about 10 people, like it was nighttime.
Right.
They got their fucking bags. They're out there smoking weed. They're listening to music. They're like, these are the hard body karate people. Mm-hmm. Lined up. The next morning, I'm going to get my coffee. The line's down the fucking block. Now, obviously, everybody didn't sleep out there. There was an Air Max 95 pop-up shop with the Undefeated, and there was something on Fairfax, and I don't know if it was that fucking Supreme. By the way, the sucker shit T-shirt Part 2, that's French, is now, we restocked it, okay? And you can get all Buttersoft I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast t-shirts, including the Sucker Shit t-shirt, the Hard Body Karate t-shirt, the Disruptive Behavior t-shirt, all our shit, and they're all Buttersoft. We're not hustling people. We're not making people sleep outside and selling them crap. Districtlines.com / I Am Rapaport, the entire collection. And we're about to do some special colors, special flavors with the Sucker Shit t-shirt. But apparently, the first edition of the black with the red bar and the white Sucker Shit, it's sold out. But we're restocking all Buttersoft I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast t-shirts, districtlines.com / I Am Rapaport. So anyway, so the next day, there's motherfuckers lined up down the street. On Fairfax, lined up down the street. And there's like these signs for this special colorway of Air Max 95, and LeBron James is, I'm gonna rock some. He's wearing like 3 different pairs of Air Max 95s. He wore a pair to the game. In the shoot around, he wore a pair, and then after the game, he wore another pair. And then, I'm gonna wear some shit that y'all never seen. And this is all for Air Max 95s. Which, by the way, I have to say, I always liked the colors of Air Max 95, but I always thought they were not comfortable sneakers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't care about that. They don't even wear them.
No, they don't wear them. So my guy Toby, I was like, you need to fucking explain to me what the fuck is going on here. Why are these, basically these are kids. They're 18, 19, 20, all different shapes, sizes, colors, races. They go on this scavenger hunt. There's lottery winners, there's tickets and shit to get these sneakers, and nobody wears them. I looked at all these people. None of them are athletic. They're not like they're wearing them. I'm running in the Montreal Marathon. I need to wear these Air Max 95s. I don't even think these are functional athletic sneakers anymore. They buy these fucking sneakers. They wait outside to get these pairs of sneakers, and I think you can only get one at a time because it's a system. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like if you go in there first, you could buy them all up and then sell them. So there's like a lottery system. They buy them solely to resell them. And here's the question: if you're such a smart fuck, you're such a fucking genius, why don't you get a fucking job and do something with yourself? Like, I'm gonna sleep. You're such a hard worker. You're like, I'm gonna buy these sneakers for $160 and I may or may not sell them for $500. You think that makes you some sort of fucking businessman?
Yeah. In their minds.
You're such a fucking genius. Well, why don't you take it one step further and come up with a real long-term business, genius? And the people that are rebuying them for $500, what do they think? I'm going to buy them and I'm going to keep them on ice and I'm going to sell them for $650. This is the way people think life works. This is the way you think you're going to have a long-term future. You dumb
Yeah.
fuck. You're waiting outside. You're catching hepatitis and malaria, and who the fuck else knows what you're catching? Sleeping on the streets to get a pair of sneakers that you're never gonna wear that aren't even functional.
That you may sell, and you may not be able to get the sneakers. You may miss the lottery. You may be the last guy online.
Yeah.
You may not even get the sneakers to sell.
Sell them. So stupid, man.
That's bugged out. I know motherfuckers is sneakerheads and all that.
Yeah, but you gotta rock them. Like, I have no problem with the sneakerheads, but like this whole thing, like this is some sort of big business scheme, and you're gonna be the next Steve Jobs. You ain't Steve Jobs, Duke. you ain't Mark Zuckerberg, Duke. You're not the dude who created Netflix with that dumb shit. They're like, well, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs wasn't out there fucking sleeping in the rain to get sneakers.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy, man.
Yo, it's real. I seen it. I was like, it's all over Los Angeles, all over all cities, all over the place.
Nike got these guys like, it's like a Pied Piper. Got them sleeping on the sidewalks. Nike got these guys like fucking sheep.
Straight sheep.
Yeah, you'll do anything for a product. This is a consumer maniac. That's what he is.
Nuts. It was nuts. So bust this shit. So the other day, Leonard Fournette, beast mode, goon, running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's like 22, 23 years old. Looks like he's like 40. Goon style. Fucking beast. So he's a friend of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. He's going to come on. He be jumping over. He's on that Earl Campbell shit. He'd jump over you, run through you, run past you, do all that. Had a very, very good rookie season last year. Had a couple of injuries. But he's in Los Angeles, so we've been trying to set up a time for him to come on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. And I hit him. I was like, yo, what's up? And he was like, I'm getting ready to go work out. And I was like, oh, shit, where are you working out at? He's like, I'm over here at blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't give the location away, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dope. I'm right down the street. I'm going to come fuck with you. So I thought it was just going to be him. So I go to this high school field, nice high school field. I walk in there. It's like a motherfucking NFL pro day in there. He's in there. Mercedes Lewis is in there. Amir Abdullah is in there from the Detroit Lions. Motherfucking Odell Beckham is in there. And these dudes are in there like, doing sort of, I'd call it like a maintenance workout. Like for me, if I had done what they would have did, it would have put me in the hospital. But like, they're like, they're kind of going hard, at times, but it's kind of like, I would say like a maintenance workout. You know what I mean? Like It's March. I don't need to go hard, but I'm keeping in shape, keep my skills sharp. Yo, you know who else was there? Fucking Saquon Barkley.
Wow.
From Penn State, who is either going to be the first, second, third, or fourth pick in the NFL draft. And I want to make a public plea right now. I just watched Saquon Barkley work out in front of me. He just turned 21. Talk about a fucking goon. Yo, homeboy's a fucking goon. He killed it at the pro day. When they had him out there doing the stuff. He ran the 40 and 4.2. He's 6'3". He's got legs the size of fucking tree trunks. He was out there and, homeboy's a fucking goon.
That's Iran Barkley's nephew.
Yes. The great boxer from the Boogie Down Bronx. Saquon Barkley is from the Bronx. He was born in New York City. First of all, his name is Saquon Barkley. The New York Giants need to draft Saquon Barkley. He's a generational running back. It's like drafting Ezekiel Elliott. Yo, this guy's a fucking beast. The New York Giants have to draft Saquon Barkley. I know we need to fix up the offensive line. Do not let this kid go. I watched this. Yo, he's a fucking goon. He's a fucking guy. Yo, I couldn't believe it. These guys are, they're all superheroes. They're all freaks. They all have like superpowers. I watched Leonard Fournette, who's a running back, throw a football with his left hand 30 yards, and he's right-handed.
Yeah, these guys, man, they're super talented.
Yo.
But did my man catch the ball? Did you see Odell catch the ball?
Odell I fuck with Odell. Odell Beckham needs to come on the podcast because I think that he's completely misunderstood. Listen, I've made videos ILOing him. Okay, I know, some of the shit that he's done. Yo, homeboy is like running around out there like a fucking gazelle. Mm-hmm. Yo, he's throwing the ball up the field 60 yards. He's running up the bleachers. He's catching the ball with one hand. They're running up. To watch professional athletes work out like that in person is wild, man, because you're watching. I mean, like I said, this was like a maintenance workout. They weren't even going hard. To watch Amir Abdullah, to watch these dudes doing all this shit, like all these drills to keep their skills sharp. I have so much respect for it because this is like the stuff that nobody sees, but like you're watching greatness. Like, I'm literally I'm tripping. I'm like, yo, I'm watching greatness. Like these guys are the best of the best of the best. And these are some of the best dudes in the NFL. I mean, Odell Beckham, he's running around the field like homeboy wasn't even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. But, in the games, it's a different story, man.
Yo, come on, man. Yo, the Giants cannot trade Odell Beckham, and they must draft Saquon Barkley. Do not let the Jets get him. You are going to regret it. Homeboy's a fucking beast. He's 21 years old. The fact that his uncle is Iran Barkley. Look up Iran Barkley. If you're not a boxing fan, look up, just watch one round. Like go to the 8th round of any Iran Barkley fight, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Right.
Like even when he won fights, they were rough fights. Like he was a banger. You just saw Iran in the Bronx, right?
Hell yeah. At the Pines restaurant.
So it was cool, man. Like so shout out to Fournette for inviting me to it. I just thought he was gonna be out. I was gonna say what's up. I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. These dudes are doing all kinds of crazy shit, man. And like when they do like that fast, fancy footwork shit, and you're watching it up close, I'm like, yo. I was like, yo, these guys are no joke, man. So that was a cool experience. It got me. It was like when fantasy becomes reality because Leonard Fournette, Amir Abdullah, and Odell were all part of my various fantasy football teams last year, and to sit there and watch them right in front of me, Mercedes Lewis too. I was tripping off these guys. All the emails, we got all of them. I'm not going to go over all the emails today, but we got all the emails. Continue sending us requests, things you like, things you don't like, concerns about G. Moody. They're coming in. They're coming in. They're coming in. Concerns about G. Moody. People are concerned. What's up with G. Moody? One person said, it's okay that he roots for the Cavaliers, and if he supports Trump, that's also okay. But God, please help me. How can he support them both? I wanted to. One kid sent us an email. He's very upset. He loves us. He's big fans. He said it hurts his heart when we shit on new hip hop. There's a lot of good new hip hop. Please send it to us. What are we missing out on? It's not like we're just sitting in the weeds listening to KRS-One. Gerald's got a kid. He talks about it all the time. I have kids. We listen to the shit. If we're missing out on some new hip-hop, we know some of it's good. Please send it to us. Huh?
Wouldn't they have played it already?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Stop bullshitting, man.
But please send us emails, things you like, things you don't like, shout-outs, whatever you want. I am Rapaport Podcast at gmail.com. I am Rapaport Podcast at gmail.com. There's been a lot of talk. People are up in arms about this.
Oh, really?
Facebook and the privacy and your information is being shared on Facebook. I'm going to tell you something. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, if you have a cell phone, if you have a cable bill, if you have a home, a mortgage, if you have any kind of... You're not private, Duke. If you're on Facebook, you ain't private.
Yeah. What did you think?
If you're on Instagram, Snapchat, any of that shit, you're not private, Duke.
Yeah, you open to the world.
And if they could find Osama bin Laden, they could find your punk ass. Everybody's like, oh, my privacy is being jeopardized. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Mm-hmm. If you want to be so private and all that shit, don't have a cell phone. Don't have any, bills to your name. And lay low. What the fuck are you hiding? This is 2018.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about you, my man. Everybody, my privacy. They have information on me. That's part of it, the cyber world we're living in. Nobody cares. Nobody's checking for you. Complain. What are they going to do with the information? Nobody cares about you. What are you hiding? If you're on the lam, if you're on some Henry Hill shit, Henry Hill, he don't have Facebook. If you're a real crook, son, you don't have Facebook. You don't have social media. You don't have bills coming to your name. Other than that, shut the fuck up. If they want to find you, if they want information on you, they could track your ass down. Go off the grid. Don't have any sort of connection to any social media. Don't have a cell phone. Don't give your name out. No bills to your name. No PayPal accounts. No nothing. No email. And then maybe, possibly, somehow, some way, the big quote-unquote they that you're hiding from won't be able to find you. As far as this, my privacy is jeopardized. Yo, that's part of the world we're living in today. I don't give a fuck. Like, I try to lay low and be private. But at the end of the day, as long as they're not like videotaping me in my house, picking my nose and scratching my balls. Other than that, other than like your private space in your crib, motherfuckers know what you're doing. They know where you're at and they know where to find you. They'd be all precious and high, like you're so special. Nobody's checking for you. Nobody's looking for you.
You said it. Leave these motherfuckers alone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's all bent out of shape about this Facebook shit. Like, it's fucked up that might have swayed the election somehow. I mean, I've listened to different podcasts. I watch 60 Minutes. I watch news. I still don't understand exactly how that whole Cambridge media guy, I don't quite understand it. I know something was jeopardized, but at the end of the day, motherfuckers voted for who they voted for, and they could find you if they want to find you. Other than that, zip it. I don't want to hear about your privacy and all that other bullshit. Go on some Henry Hill shit. Go underground. Go to Arizona. Go on some El Chapo shit. And even El Chapo they found. You think, Don Smith from Jersey, they can't find you, but they found El Chapo? They found El Chapo. They're going to find your bum ass in Jersey.
So this had some connection with the election? This is something where Facebook did something with the election now?
It's all tied together, but that I understand, and I can't, I've tried to really understand how it was connected to the election, but the reality of it is people voted for who they voted for, you know? It's hard for me to speak on it because I don't quite understand it. I do quite understand that people are all bent out of shape about their fucking precious privacy, and I'm saying nobody is checking for you, Duke. Listen, it's primetime podcasting, okay? That's what we call it. This episode is dropping in primetime, okay? It's worthy of dropping in primetime, okay? And we're not gonna do a Portugal the Man episode. These guys are real fans, okay? We're not gonna do any primetime podcasting without the coveted, award-winning, sick fuck of the week. Miles Jordan, please cue the theme music. This award is earned, not given. It's called the Sick Fuck of the Week. This guy's really sick. Lock him up. How could you do it? Don't let him out. Damn. You fucked the dog? You what? You fucked the dog? Why would you fuck the dog? Why would you fuck your girlfriend's dog? What? Sick fuck. The sick fuck of the week. It's earned. Earned. Not given. You did. What? No. No. All right. Yes, that's the sick fuck of the week theme music. You know what it is. You know what it is. The sick fuck of the week is an award-winning segment where we acknowledge some of the sickest of the sick fucks every episode on this podcast. It'll culminate into the year-end sick fuck of the year award, but we are nowhere near That place right now is where the grunt work happens. Now is where we find some of the best of the best and the sickest of the sickest. At a restaurant called the Pita Pit. Okay, it's like where they serve a little Greek food. You know, pitas, you could get, you get a little pita food. An employee was caught on videotape spitting in a customer's sandwich. You fucking dog, you fucking animal. This happened in Missoula, Montana. You're spitting in the thing, in the food, and she's smiling when people aren't looking. You think that's funny, you sick animal, you?
Oh, man.
Imagine you go to Subway to get your sandwich. You go to the Pita Pit in Missoula, Montana.
The Pita Spit.
That's why they're 3 times co-host of the year.
Damn.
That's why he's the 3-time co-host of the year.
It's fucked up.
I mean, right on video, you don't know that they're videotaping you?
Man, there should be some jail time for that. Maybe a week.
Yeah,
everything
lock her
is
up.
jail.
Lock
everything
her up.
is jail.
Pauline Elizabeth Martin. Do you know who that is, Gerald?
Nope.
Okay, well, she's the next sick fuck of the week. And if you look up Pauline Elizabeth Martin, she looks like a sick fuck. She is a Florida woman in a romantic relationship with her brother.
Oh.
She was arrested after giving birth to his baby.
No.
A brother and sister. Not only are they, I don't know why where's the brother? I don't know where the brother is. I don't know why she's the only one that's being arrested. This is so sick on so many levels because obviously when you do that, the baby is compromised. You can't genetically mix and match that. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I don't know where the brother is, Pauline Elizabeth Martin's brother, but Pauline was arrested after she gave birth to the baby. The child obviously has been taken away. He's in special care. God bless this child. I hope he can live. A lot of problems. Obviously, these people are truly sick, and they were probably on, what would you suspect the kind of drugs they were on, G?
Oh, man, they had to be on that ooh-wee. When you do when the behavior is like that, you start looking at your sibling, you're going to hit it and all that. You got to be on some ooh-wee. Got to be.
Yeah, those gray skies, maybe.
Yeah. Maurice, Jerome, all that.
Jesus Christ. Shit.
That's some crazy shit, man. I mean, what can you say? I don't even have words, man. But that should be jail for both.
Oh, yeah, you're not coming out of jail.
Yeah,
you're not coming out. How do you come out? And if you come out of jail, let's say they put her in jail for 15, and she's like, oh, I'm trying to get my life together. Oh, well, what did you do?
Yeah. And then you got a kid.
And you know how they say, oh, you shouldn't judge? Yes. Sick fucks of the week, you should judge them. You know, they say, like, don't judge people. I'm judging them. I'm branding them the sick fucks of the week.
We judge behavior. We don't judge the people.
I'm judging the people.
Behavior.
I'm judging the people. And the fucking behavior. It's one and the same. You judge the behavior. I'm the fucking judge and jury here. Miles, cue the goddamn sick fucking week music again. You hear the theme song. You hear it. You created it. We're judging these fucking animals as we should.
I'm with it. I'm saying behavior. I judge behavior. Yo, fuck it. That's what it's about.
Pennsylvania girl who went missing a couple of weeks ago was found in Mexico with a 45-year-old man. I'm not done yet. She was found in Mexico with a 45-year-old man. The 45-year-old man, Gerald, was her best friend's father.
Oh.
Kevin Esterly. Kevin Esterly essentially kidnapped a young girl, 16, took her to Mexico to do God knows what. You sick animal.
Damn.
You ruined this young girl's life. His daughter's best friend, he took her down to Mexico.
Shit.
I mean, What the fuck is going on out here?
He had his eye on his daughter's best friend.
You
so-
sick dog.
Damn. And then he bounced with her. What about the wife, man?
Oh,
Damn. They go with anybody now, man. It's like, how you gonna come back home?
you know what? You're not going back home. You're going to jail for kidnapping, you sick animal.
Yeah. What do you tell your wife? How do you explain that? That's crazy, man.
Follow up. Remember this sick fuck? Does the name Zhang Feng?
Oh, I think it rings a bell.
Zhang Feng? Remember Mr. Fang?
Yeah, Fang.
Yeah, you remember your man Fang? He's a 2017 sick fuck of the week from New
I
York
remember.
City.
Uh-huh.
He was arrested. He fatally stabbed his girlfriend's golden doodle dog.
Yeah.
Remember Fang?
Yeah. I remember him.
He won the sick fuck of the week. This is a follow-up on a sick fuck. You know, we can't just, talk about these guys and not, try to hopefully give some closure on these animals. This piece of shit was slapped with 30 days in jail. That's all he got. He stabbed his girlfriend's golden doodle dog. Golden doodles are cute little dogs.
Right,
He
right.
stabbed the dog to death. And this piece of shit, Zhang Feng, I know I'm saying his name wrong, but you know what? You're not worthy of me getting the proper pronunciation of your name, you sick fuck. Am I wrong?
Right. Yo, I would say if your girl shows more affection for the dog, because this is why these things happen. They show more attention to the dog and the guys get bent out of shape. Just leave the chick altogether.
Find a new girl.
Don't hurt the innocent dog to try and get back at her. The dog has nothing to do with this shit, man.
Finally, with the sick fucks, we talked about this the other day, and I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and one of the housewives, Lisa Vanderpump, did a documentary on this, and it was I had to fast forward, and Housewives are my favorite show. By the way, this Sunday, G Monetti, coming to New York City, I'm going to be on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, all right.
Okay, with Andy Cohen this Sunday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. In Vietnam, more footage was captured. People kidnapped dogs, hundreds of dogs. They had them. You can't even look at the footage, whether you're a dog person or not. You can't even look at the footage. They capture the dogs. Apparently, the less they feed them, the better the meat tastes to these sick animals that eat this shit.
You can't call them sick, man. It's another culture.
Nah,
people,
Duke. No,
people do
you're
things
not
in other
eating
parts of
Wheezy,
the earth.
motherfucker.
People do things in other parts
Nah,
of the
Duke.
earth that you may not understand, and that's fine.
Nah,
so
Duke, you're not eating my fucking dog. They kidnapped the dogs.
You put your fucking nose in another man's culture and judging it when that's not fair. They eat dogs, and we eat beef and all kind of other shit that they look say, yo, why would they eat that? So if they eat dogs, it's repulsive to us. But in Southeast Asia, it may be a delicacy.
Hey, yo, my man. My man, let me tell you something. This is going back to what we were just talking. I'm not just judging the actions. I'm judging the person straight up. And I have no problem with it. I'm the judge and jury. This is the Sick Fuck of the Week award. Hundreds of dogs were rescued. But I mean, hundreds have gotten away. This goes on and they had footage on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They kidnap dogs. They'll run up on a dog, take the dog. You're not taking Wheezy, Duke. You're not eating my fucking dog, money.
Yo.
You're not eating the dog.
You motherfuckers on a crusade to save the dogs and shit. Listen.
Yo, I'm letting you know, you fuck with Wheezy. They not running up on Wheezy on some fly shit.
Yo, you don't know that. It ain't like he gonna do. Ain't like he gonna do something. Ain't like he gonna bite these motherfuckers. You don't know.
I don't keep him out there like that. You're not running up on me taking Wheezy. Fuck all that.
Yo,
that's what they want to do. They see like a dog like Wheezy. Wheezy is got a little weight on him. He's a little fat. I'm not gonna lie. My dog is a little fat. I want him to have a good life. We exercise a little fat. You know what I mean? Like a fat baseball player. Like, what's my name? Like Big Papi on the Boston Red Sox. He's like one of them dudes, like big. You know, he's like a plump athletic type. You're not running up on my dog, dude.
You don't know. Cats is casing the joint. They might looking at you running with the dog and shit. Next thing you know, skillet.
All right, listen. We came, we saw, we conquered. It's Primetime Podcast. They're coming up next. These dudes are blowing up. I'm happy for them. Good dudes. Okay? Portugal the man. Two of the dudes, the shit talkers of the group. Zach, John. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Primetime Podcasting with motherfucking Portugal the man. Me and the young shooter. We sit down. We break down the hits. We break down the Grammys. What it's really like to play the Grammys. Who you saw at the Grammys, playing the Ellen Show, worldwide shows, worldwide tours. They're also hip-hop heads. Let's get into it with Portugal the Man. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Let's go. Check. 1 2
Yeah.
1 2.
Am I good?
Good.
Everybody there?
All right. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Dean, get a 1 2.
1 2 1 2.
All right. This is it. This is fucking it. It's I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast with Portugal, the man. So you're Portugal,
Michael. That's John. That's John. We've like been through this. No one's named Portugal. It's just that's the name of the band.
Who? You're the man.
Sort of.
You didn't tell him this?
yeah.
You didn't
No,
break it
I've
down?
been telling
Wait,
you.
your name's not. Who the fuck is Portugal?
What are we doing here, man?
Michael. We've already had this conversation. I don't know why you're like surprised. Like, oh, who's Portugal? Who's Portugal? Like, I told you his name is John. Zach. Like, come on.
Okay, let's start it again. Let's just start it again. Start it again. Okay. Fuck it.
That's an embarrassing opening to the
Fuck it.
podcast. You had
Start
them
the
on your
goddamn
podcast.
shit. We'll just start it again.
Do you want me to start it or?
I got it, Dean.
Okay.
I fucking got it. Just start it again. Take
Okay.
2. All right, so we're here with Portugal the man, and you're John,
I'm Zach.
and you're John,
Clearly.
and you're Zach.
Yes.
Listen, you guys, I appreciate you coming through. Portugal the man. I don't want to do the life and times. You know, I've been a fan of your guys. I actually have to give it credit to my guy Dean here. And, you know, I appreciate you coming through. I know you guys are podcast heads, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're on tour
Always
a lot.
listening to something.
You're I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast fans. What other podcasts are you into? Because you guys, I see you tweet about different podcasts, and I'm going to be totally fucking honest. You give us love. But when I see you guys give other people love in tweets, I get a little jealous. Like, I'm like, I thought these were just our guys. Like, I didn't know you were like fucking whoring yourselves around. So what are your other
I don't
podcasts?
listen to shit, man.
I mean, we listen to a lot of stuff. That's kind of like Malcolm Gladwell. We listen to that stuff, revisionist history. That stuff's great. A lot of comedy podcasts.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, what are your other ones? Because we're competitive podcasting, but we love all the other podcasts too. And I know you guys got good taste. So what are your other podcasts that you fuck with?
Man, Norm Macdonald.
Okay.
Norm
absolutely.
Macdonald is my
Yeah.
favorite. I've listened.
He's your
through.
favorite.
I mean,
Is
I
he your
favorites,
favorite?
so, right?
No, but is he your favorite? Besides I Am Rapaport, is he your favorite? And then like I Am Rapaport is below that.
well, let's see. I
mean, just like you got
He
this.
said it's his favorite, man. Just let
man,
him say
it's,
what he likes.
All right. Okay.
Next question.
Yeah. Shit.
So listen, my first question is: you guys, did you even imagine in your wildest dreams that Portugal the Man would cross from this small indie band with this indie sound to like a fucking pop band that's kicking ass. And when I say pop, I don't mean it in any disrespectful way. I think pop is good.
Like,
Pop, pop is money. And in this day and age, I don't even think there's categories of music. So in your wildest dreams, did you guys even ever imagine that you would have this kind of success?
no, man, this shit is pretty crazy.
Yo, we didn't think we would go to Europe or play New York. Like, we just started playing because we realized that you could play for gas money. I mean, we were seeing like $3 shows in Portland and bands selling shirts for $5, like things that we had listened to growing up. We're seeing shows with 20 other people in the room. And I think it was this realization that we could just go out and play music and make enough money to get a little bit of food and get to the next city. It's so bizarre that we've been a band for 14 years and cross over at 36 years old.
Yeah, we never expected any of this. We just didn't really stop, and we just we didn't plan any of it. We have no fucking clue what we're doing.
So Portugal the Man has been 14 years?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys could rattle them back and forth because you've both experienced them. Give me your top 5, like, what the fuck are we doing here? Craziest moments. Like, we're part of the party. We're no longer on the outside, like, smoking a joint trying to just get in. Give me you don't have to, like, just rattle them off.
Playing with Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, yeah, number one.
That was fucking huge. We won a fucking Grammy. That was pretty insane. We beat Despacito for a Grammy. So, beating
that
Despacito.
That was a lifelong dream to beat Despacito.
Like, specifically, like, if we're going to win a Grammy.
Ever since I was a child, I've been training and practicing every day to beat Despacito.
Yeah, there's so many moments. It's Mike D. Hey, we
Yeah.
worked with Mike D. And we worked with Danger Mouse. I mean, just the stuff we've done in the studio has been just so exciting and fun. And I mean, we're just dipshits from Alaska. I mean, we're still.
Are you guys from Alaska?
Yeah.
Wasilla, Alaska.
Why did you think you were from...
I just had the no fact checking, but shit. Give me a break.
Time the fuck out. Time the fuck out. So, okay, wait. Finish. Wait a second. That is the... If you guys are called... why aren't you called Alaska the Man? I thought you guys were from fucking Portland.
This interview is going terribly.
You're both from Alaska?
Yeah.
So what the fuck is that? Like, outside of a band, like, do you guys, like, I mean, is
I want to bring you to Alaska, like specifically the Mugshot.
Yeah.
I want to go drinking with you at the Mugshot Saloon. We would have fun.
Well,
We'd
what
have
is
a
it
lot of
like
fun.
growing up? You guys grew up in Alaska?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird.
Let me ask you this. In Alaska right now, no bullshit, in your town or your city, I don't know what the fuck's in Alaska, like, how far away is the furthest or closest Starbucks? Like, what do we got to do to get a Starbucks in Alaska?
I'm actually pretty close to town. I live right at the city limit, so it's not that far from... Is there a fucking... I don't
There's
even
a
know where
Starbucks.
this... Yeah,
It's by the Target.
yeah,
all of
yeah.
this has come in after Portugal,
Yeah.
man. We've brought all
There we
of this
go.
to Alaska. We've brought the real world back there.
yeah. I got a fucking Red Robin.
But yeah,
IHOP.
man, dude, I grew up in Cooper Landing. Two other kids
got
in my
really-
grade. Like, the whole
Are you
school
serious?
is in one schoolhouse. Yeah, I mean, I've like, my parents were dog sled mushers.
No way.
They ran the Iditarod and Yukon Quest and.
So, you know, like
Yeah,
Into
they're
the
wild.
Wild, right? You know, like the van where the guy went and
Yes.
lived around. So John grew up like, what, 5-10 miles from that van?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where his house is. That's where he grew up. So if you picture, like, it's pretty fucking in the middle of nowhere.
That actual town where that story took place?
Yeah.
Yeah, Healy.
So when you're from there and then you start this band and you're doing it for, like, you know, like, your goals are just general sort of like gas money. Maybe we can make a few bucks and, like, this could be a side gig. And then you're at the Grammys and, like, Rihanna's there and Jay-Z's there. Are you guys like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, it was. What
pretty,
the fuck?
pretty much like that.
We weren't expecting to win anything. We were just, I mean, just even being asked to come out there, it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, you want to act like you're cool and you expected it and, you know, you want to fit in with everybody else. Actually, Mike D had the best advice. We were asking, like, we've never done anything like this. We're going to the Grammys. We got to think about outfits. The label's asking us to think about outfits. Like, what are we going to wear? So I call Mike because Beastie Boys did it. I mean, they did it better than anybody else. And I call him up with the advice, and he says, well, you know what, John? The first thing we would do is not ask anybody else for advice. That's the first thing we would do. Second thing, your background at a fashion show. You're on the bench. You do not want to try to compete with Bieber or Halsey or anybody else out there. And I thought that was just the best way we could walk into that scenario.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares about us. We're just here.
And what's been the biggest tour moment, like where you're on stage, like the most amount of people you played for, and they're like singing your fucking song, like they're anticipating your music, like that shit's crazy.
That it's always been everything. Honestly, the entire career of our band, every couple of weeks we hit this milestone where it's like oh shit, we made it. It was the first time we went to New York City. I'd never been there before, and we played a show, and I see people singing our words back at us. I'm like, fuck, we made it. The first time we went to Europe and played a show, we're like, oh shit, we made it. There's a million little things that just keeps on going, and keep us wanting to do more.
That's kind of what keeps you going, is like you kind of have to be competitive. I feel like in music, especially, like, in everything, you got to be competitive. You got to say like, oh, we made it to New York City. What's next? We went to Europe. What's next? What are we gonna do? I mean, that's the kind of the double-edged sword. Like you win a Grammy. Like, what are we gonna do? We got to try to win another Grammy. Yeah. Like, we got to beat that now.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that? Like, you had such a huge success with the song. It played in the Oscars commercial.
Oh yeah, when I was watching the Oscars, Live in the Moment was in that acapella street like march. And then the next, was it T-Mobile commercial or something like that? Yeah. And then the next fucking commercial comes on, and Feel It Still's on that commercial, and I was just sitting there with my friends like, damn, like, talk about, you made it when you fucking two different songs that you've made,
and one of them they did like an acapella version. And my question is like, how much did we make for that? Like,
whoa,
what's that weird question?
Yeah, it's a fucking, what are you, 10 years old? How much are you guys
so your
worth?
Song's in the Oscars, and like,
what are you, 10-year-old?
We made
$1 million.
No, but like, how does that, like, do you know those commercials are being made, and like, do you know they're doing like an acapella version? Like, does that go through the record label, or are they calling you guys up? And like, are you like sitting there going, what the fuck? Like, I mean, the Oscars and the Super Bowl are probably the two biggest advertising moments of the year. Do you know this is like, these commercials are going to come on during that time?
Yeah, I mean, so we're in Portland. We have Wyden and Kennedy out there, Nike, Adidas. Like, we have all these friends that work in advertising, and it's something that, growing up in Alaska, we didn't have record stores. Like, we found music through commercials, through movies, through TV shows. This is how we found music, and this is why like the whole sellout argument is so ridiculous to us. Like, any way we can show kids music is rad. Having friends in advertising is even better, because we can actually kind of be involved in the process and say, hell yeah, you're going to make a marching band version of Live in the Moment? Yeah, we want to fucking do that. Like,
that sounds fucking
the
cool.
Cadillac commercial shout out, like referencing the Jetsons and Back to the Future. That's everything we grew up with. Hell yeah, we'll do that.
How do you say no to? I mean, like, why would you say no to that?
And this sellout idea, because you guys have had fans. I'm sure you've had like, there's like an incubation of, day one fans, and they're probably like, you sold out. And I'm like, me personally, I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't do this shit to just have like bad ham and cheese. Like, this is my fucking job. You know what I mean? Just like anybody else's job, whether you're working in the fucking Starbucks, the gas station, you're looking for the come up.
Hey, like, where do you work? What do you do? And,
exactly. Would you rather like, you want me to eat bad ham and cheese? You want me to like eat some fly vegan shit in Beverly Hills? So how do you guys deal with that in terms of your rationale? And because your goal was to never have this, crazy success, like the sound of your early music is, it's dirty, it's indie, it's an indie band. How do you sort of wrap your head around that? And the second part of it, if you could remember, and I'll try to remember, is like, where do we go? Where do you go from here when the bar has been set so fucking high?
Down.
It's just a fucking slippery
rock bottom,
down.
Man. We know where we're gonna end up.
Yeah, every single day it's, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We're just gonna try to keep hanging on. No, man, it's when it comes to the sellout bullshit, I always say it's fucking weird when somebody gets pissed off at that, because they're clearly watching it and they'll say, oh, I saw you on this commercial, boo. You're clearly watching the game or doing whatever. I'm like, I always ask, what would you rather hear? Are you saying you would rather hear something that you don't like? That makes no fucking sense to me. I would like everything to be cool, every commercial, every radio station to play good music. And so it's our part. It's not making us look shittier. It's making whatever we're doing cooler. Let's make fucking TV cool. Let's make radio cool. I would love for the mainstream to be fucking dope. Everybody thinks that the mainstream is, shit, and some of the stuff definitely is. And so, but if it was all good, that'd be fucking rad.
And what about going forward with these two big? I mean, I think I DM'd you something when I saw it during the football game. I was doing something for football because I'm a senior fantasy football analyst. I was like, oh shit! Like I was tripping that. Like it was like during the NFL. Are the expectations of your record label, like what's going to be the next hit? How do you even like sort of wrap your head around sort of matching that? Because it's hard to fucking do. It's hard to like catch lightning in a bottle.
Oh, it's impossible. I mean, we know so many people that we've worked with songwriters. We've done all that, and just watching the way they work, you cannot predict something like this. If these idiots, us, could come up and take number one at pop radio, then the pop producers have no clue what's happening. I mean, you cannot predict it. And that's kind of where we're at right now. It's, fuck yeah, we're going to try. I mean, that's all you could do is just try harder. And I want to go into the studio with people that we respect. I mean, that's the whole goal at the end of the day is I want to take this opportunity to work with people that we like and we respect, and not just because you had a hit, not just because you can write those songs. We want to work with people that we want to be around.
Tell me how that song came about. Feel It.
Feel It Still.
How did it come about? Like, was it a chord? Is it a riff? Because I can't write shit. I'm not musical at all. I love music. Like, does it... Walk me through the process of the song.
I don't really want to say it was an accident, but sorta. We were actually working on another song. We were working on Live in the Moment. We were doing a different mix or a different edit of Live in the Moment. And John just kind of took a break and picked up a bass line like in the lounge, in the couch, in a different room in the studio. And he just started like kind of fucking around and playing that bass line. And then our buddy Asa Taccone from Electric Guest, who was also there working on his own stuff, he just kind of came over and he was like, "Hey, let me throw a mic on that bass amp. Let me track that real quick." And then he started just kind of, he was like, "Yeah, I got some chord ideas, got some lyric ideas." He was just like, "Hey, let's write a song." It was almost annoying at first, like, yeah, cute, but we're still working on this track. The last thing we need right now is another song. We had like fucking 65 songs for this that we're stacking up, and the last thing we need to do is write another one. But it was he's made it really fun. We started writing off the top of our head. Like we didn't even write any lyrics down. It was just like we kind of hit record. We come up with
serious?
a lot. Yeah, the whole thing happened in about 45 minutes or an hour.
That song was made that fast?
Yeah.
And you always hear that, with like incredible songs. They're done in 15 minutes or it fucking came to me in a dream or whatever it is. And like, that's usually the case.
But no writing down? Like you're just sort of doing it?
Come up
Jay-Z,
with a lot.
man.
Yeah. Jay-Z.
Walk in. I got it.
I got this.
You hear the beat and you're like, turn my lyrics up.
No, it's funny, man. Like just the way the whole thing came about was this guy Asa.
Who is that?
He plays in a band called Electric Guest.
Okay.
And he's just like a really positive, fun dude. He makes really great music. I mean, it's a weird thing when you're in the studio and another artist overhears what you're doing and steps over and says, "Yo, Jay, can I record that real quick? Can you play something for the bridge?" So we were just kind of like riffing off of each other, and he handed me a mic and said, "Sing something."
And what's the first thing you sang?
It was the "Can't Keep My Hands to Myself."
Can't keep my hands on myself. Pick out dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field?
I was thinking about my daughter. I was thinking about like raising my daughter, and then that led me to, well, what is this whole thing? Like, weren't we like punk rock kids? Like we were punk rock kids at one point. And it kind of brought me back to this lyric that I had written with Mike, actually, like Mike D, the Rebel Just for Kicks. I had this line for like 5 years, and it had just been sitting there. Like we had thrown it at things, it didn't work, and I threw that out there, and it reminded me of like George Carlin's whole like his take on politics and religion. He like give you this whole like he'll break down everything that you need to know about politics and the way it works and the way money works, the way religion works, and then he'll end his whole bit with, "Yeah, but I don't fucking vote." you know, he doesn't vote. He is that rebel just for kicks. I mean, that is that thing.
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your fill, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, I feel it still.
And just the way everything was flowing, it just felt like that's kind of what we're doing. Like, I'm raising a kid at home. I got to go out on tour. Like, when am I going to see her again? I just got to go and do this, and then I got to go back to being a dad. So, yeah, it just everything was flowing off the top of the head. My favorite part, though, is Asa's part in the bridge is the "Is it coming?" Like, the "Is it coming?"
Yeah.
When he did that, he was literally sitting in front of my face trying to get me to write lyrics for the bridge.
Oh, shit.
And he just added on a loop.
That's
and he just
fucking
kept
crazy.
Is it
So
coming?
funny.
Is it coming? Dancing in my
And that's
fucking
such
face.
a hook.
When you guys finish that, then what happens like with a song? Like you're like, this is pretty good. Then what happens? You take what you recorded in this hour and a half, let's say hour and a half, 90 minutes, and then what happens?
Then we overthink everything for about 3 months, change absolutely everything about it, redo all the shit. And then once we've exhausted every possible option,
To fuck
we
it
go
up.
we go back to just what it was in the first place, pretty much.
And then you're like, this is a good fucking song? Is it our best song? Like, this is gonna be dope? This is, like, now I don't know all your work. How much different is that song from your first good song? Like, the sound of it.
It wasn't that, we knew we had something good.
You knew it was groovy.
I knew it was good, but I thought, I was like, I bet this will do pretty well at alternative radio. No clue. We met a whole different side of our record label. We're very
Like, people
tight with
came
our
out of a
label.
different, like, there's like a different building.
There's a whole different fucking floor of the people that work with the successful people.
Like, we never thought we were gonna
Yeah.
meet you guys.
And we're super tight. They all came in. They're like, "This is the pop side. We're gonna try to take you to top 40 radio." And I was like, "I'm 30. We're 36. We're from Wasilla, Alaska. I know this is audio, but I don't. For anybody listening, I don't look like a conventional pop star." And,
No, and people could see that. Say it again.
yes. I am a pop star.
Yeah,
And,
fucking pop star.
This fucking guy.
This guy doesn't even have socks. I got a no sock rule. You guys, I'm being forced to wear sneakers. They have him wear sneakers.
It's like they told us that we were going to do that. I just kept thinking about Tommy Boys. It was like selling a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves kind of shit. I was like, you're taking us to pop radio. But have fun. Like, good luck. Turns out they're really good at their job. And
The
it's,
people.
Yeah. And it took off, and we just couldn't. It was fucking awesome. It was fun. We've been having a lot of fun with it.
With the lyrics of that song, like, how crazy are you with changing lyrics? Like, like, it could come out in a week. They're like, okay, that song's coming out in a week from now. Are you still like neurotic and working on those lyrics, or are you like the type of person that's like, I've written the lyrics, that's done, and that's final?
Well, that's the way rock. It's really strange to me, like the way rock and roll works versus like hip hop. Like, hip hop artists will they'll change shit up until the day it comes out. Like, they'll write a song tonight and put it out tomorrow morning. And I think that is the way music should work. I mean, music should be very much in the moment, and it should be of today. If you put it out 6 months from now, it's irrelevant. Typically, the label and the way you market things, they would want an album, 6 months in advance, 3 months in advance. So they can do the promo and like hype it up and everything. With this record, we're really lucky to be tight with Craig Kallman and Julie Greenwald.
Who is that?
The heads of Atlantic Records.
Okay.
And they're just really, really fucking good people. And they let us do what we wanted. And what we wanted to do was right up until the record came out. It doesn't make any sense to be like,
For sure.
all right, it's good. I mean, you have so many afterthoughts. How many artists have like afterthoughts when you put shit together? You're like, man, I wish I had changed that guitar. I wish I had changed that lyric.
The time from when you're done with an album and then waiting for it to actually release, we turn into fucking psychopaths. It's horrible because so you just need to put it out.
What is, like, if let's say we did a song right here, right? Like, we came up with the next banger. We just fucking do it. I'm rhyming. You guys are doing it. Dean's on the fucking lead vocals. You're playing the fucking bass. How long does it take to get a song mixed, whatever the fuck you do to it, and get it out? Like literally, can we get it out tomorrow?
People will try to tell you that it takes months, but it doesn't. It could just do what you want, put it out. The problem is vinyl takes like 4 months.
Yeah, vinyl takes forever.
And so that's the problem. But
Do you wait up for vinyl if you have something special at this
we
point?
we always had, but on this one we just needed to put it out. We were changing things and writing up until the last minute, so we didn't. Actually, John had a pretty good idea. We actually put out a no vinyl special edition. We made like the sleeve, the artwork. It just didn't actually have
That's funny.
a record in it, and it came.
That's some fucking hustle
I know,
shit right
I
there.
know. Well, it
We're
was
gonna
good.
sell you a record with no record, asshole.
It was pretty good because we wanted, obviously our fans love vinyl. We love putting out vinyl. We're very into it, but it's either wait 4 months.
I got you.
Or so I thought that was a pretty funny idea, and came with a download code and shit. You just buy the cover, and then we're like, it's gonna be a couple months in the actual vinyl. Sorry, but we just want to put out this music. So
Well, it's good to like put it out, while you're hot on it, while it's got the momentum. Because if you sit on it for so long, that's another thing. Like, how much did you lose perspective on Feel It Still, especially with that song where it's like, this is a fucking dope song. Everyone's hot on this song. The band likes it. And then months go by and you're changing things and you start losing perspective. Like, is this a good song? Like, do you hate it after?
you always question because you just hear it so many times.
Exactly.
You could stare at anything. You could stare at the most beautiful painting, and after a while, it just becomes a gray, emotionless blob to you.
Right.
And so you completely lose perspective. And while we're in it, we've just heard everything so many times. We've tried everything, and you're always doubting yourself. It's like, is this even good? Is this shit?
Right.
And you show people, they're like, no, man, this is good. It's, come on, really? I've heard this thing 1,000 times. I just want to fucking gouge, like just stick fucking
You never wanna
swords
hear
in
it
my
again.
ears. Yeah, but it's
I don't know,
we haven't
man.
gotten
It's
sick of this one
Mr.
yet.
Postman. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
see,
that is what it
that's
is.
why
It's
this
it's
makes-
right.
the Marvelettes.
You
And-
say I heard you say
I
that.
didn't hear that
Yeah.
at all until you mentioned that. but-
Speak on that because I heard you talk about that.
Yeah, so the melody in the chorus is the Marvelettes' Mr. Postman. And this to me, this is where music comes from. Like folk songs, like people like Pete Seeger, Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie, like all these folk artists where a lot of this started, and blues artists, Leadbelly, it's all about storytelling. It's why all the progressions are the same too. Like it was people traveling across the country, telling stories about their lives, and then handing that melody off to whoever, like, Billy in Idaho Falls. They give it to somebody else, and they write a new verse, and it becomes something new. To me, that's something that's kind of gotten lost in music. Everybody likes to act like they're fully original, and like I wrote this out of nowhere. It came from my head. It all comes from somewhere. And with the Marvelettes, with Mr. Postman, it was this melody that's always just come with me everywhere I've gone. It's riding with my parents to get groceries. We grew up in Alaska, 2 hours to get groceries. I remember singing along with Mr. Postman on the way to get groceries. And there's nothing cooler than being able to, first of all, clear it with the Marvelettes. That's not easy. Like, you gotta pay somebody
you
for
got
it.
into something with that being similar to the Marvelettes?
Oh, we went straight to them.
Beforehand. Before
Yeah.
they came to you.
Really?
Yeah.
As you should. I mean, so many artists. Again, you try to act like you just wrote that shit. I'm not gonna try to do that. And either way, I want to say thank you to the Marvelettes. I want to say thank you to their families for writing such a brilliant song, and a song that today we can give to kids in a new way, in a fresh way.
That's dope.
It doesn't sound like the Marvelettes.
That's dope.
It's something new.
For sure. That's cool because it could be a bittersweet
Like the
symphony
Alan,
type of
the
shit.
Robin
where-
Thicke song where I mean, I heard that shit. I was like, this is obviously, and I fuck with Pharrell's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my fucking dude. But I was like, this is Marvin Gaye.
Oh, yeah,
The
for sure.
I think it was Blurred Lines. I was like, this is Marvin Gaye. Like the first time I heard it, I thought they were like,
Well, they
it
got
was
in a lot of trouble for that. And I feel like the king of just taking everybody's money is Tom Petty. Like everyone rips off Tom Petty. I feel like he's gotten into so many different lawsuits when, he was alive. But
You write 1,000 fucking songs. Yeah,
exactly.
something.
But I think that's cool that you guys like even went to them before that was even a thing because
yeah, it's smart.
and it's not
it's
like and it's
respect,
not
too,
like,
like-
the respect, but it's not
Respect.
like you hear that song and you're like Mr. Postman. Like I didn't. I'm like really good about hearing stuff like that, but
I didn't
it's
hear it
so-
until I heard you say
it's
it.
its own thing.
All right, hip hop. You got the Wu-Tang tat. You got the Wu-Tang chain. What are your influences? You guys aren't a hip hop group, but I see you on Twitter and
we're all about that. Yeah.
Okay, so like, and you're in Alaska. You're up there with Sean Penn, Into the Wild. Do you? No, but another question. Seriously, you guys are from Alaska. Have you ever met Sarah Palin?
Oh yeah. She does not like me.
For real?
Yeah, well, they battled it out. Zach got a skate park built in our city, and I'll let him tell the story since he did the shit.
I just was
So I'm from Wasilla, Alaska, which is the town she was mayor of before governor, and then before everything else. And I was very, I was kind of punk rock and very kind of active in the community as a kid. We needed a place to skate, so I started going to city council meetings. I started a committee. Me and a couple friends and our parents got together, and we started going to city council meetings and trying to get a skate park. And after about a year or so of arguing with her, she finally agreed to kind of splitting the cost. If we raise a certain amount of money, somewhere around like $70,000, the city would match it. We'd get a skate park built. So we went out, like my shitty high school band played a bunch of benefit shows. We got car washes, bake sales, all the usual shit, and it was really rad. The community was awesome. All the people all the businesses that would kick us out and call the cops on us for skating their stairs and their handrails, whatever they did, they would donate to us. Like, all right, yeah, we sell, 4-wheelers and snow machines. We'll donate for a raffle, and then get a park built, and don't fucking skate my stairs anymore. It was awesome. It was really cool. So we raised the money super fast. And we went back. We had the giant thermometer in City Hall and shit. We went back and we finally had the money. And then she said, no, it wasn't in the budget anymore. So I was 16 with like $70,000. I'm like, what do I do with this? That's fucked up. So just started arguing more. And we must have looked like such assholes. I kept bringing all my shitty friends with, mohawks and Liberty spikes. And I was like,
busted
dude,
teeth.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Matt Yoder and shit was just like missing his 2 front teeth and shit from skating. I'm like, everybody just like come in, smell like beer, smell like cigarettes, and just be fucking annoying at city council meetings. And they were trying to get like real shit done, I'm sure, for roads and schools and stuff. Meanwhile, I'm just bringing in like 40 fucking asshole kids, just be like, hey, us over here, remember, we're supposed to do this. But finally, after about 2 years or so, 2.5 years, we got a skate park built.
That's fucking dope.
You gave her no choice.
Fun, yeah.
So when she says you could see Russia from Alaska, is that true?
No.
You can't see Russia from Alaska.
You cannot.
She did say that, correct?
She said that.
She did say that.
She did say that.
To be fair, I know everybody likes to play both sides of this. Yeah. It's one of those things. Yeah, people obviously like the left twisted her words.
Yes.
I don't fucking agree with that idiot. I mean, she's dumb as fuck, but she obviously clearly didn't mean she could see Russia.
Yeah.
All right, so going back to hip hop in Alaska, when you guys are kids, and this is 20 years ago, Alaska, there's no record stores. How are you getting exposed to hip hop up there? Like, and how are you finding it?
Generally, a big part of it was skate movies and snowboard movies, because that's snowboarding and skateboarding is like very deep in the culture, like, especially for us. And so that's how we found almost everything. But it was also like somebody would take a trip. The general rules were, before the internet and shit, it was like, if it was cool in California, about 8 years later, it was cool in Alaska. Uh-huh. So when I was going to high school, I was listening to late 80s punk rock and shit like that, talking about Reagan and stuff. And I'm like, that administration is totally gone. But that's all the shit that I'm singing. And so people would go take a trip to California to visit their cousin or something, and they'd come back like Onyx. I remember my cousin came back like, Onyx, back the fuck up. And I was just like, what? This is awesome. My parents took it. I was like 11. And so then I just had people making tapes, and I just label it something else. I'm just like, I don't know, the mamas and the papas.
That's funny.
Yeah. And so it was a lot of that, but it was really fun. And I don't remember. It was just like word got around.
It was just people traveling. Like you go and visit your family in Michigan, and you come back with a record, and that's how we would find stuff. It was all word of mouth. It was just coming across this stuff. Though I do remember seeing Wu-Tang on the box, because I just never slept.
Box,
like
totally.
I remember seeing Method Man on there, and the thing about Wu-Tang, like the reason I really got into music was I wasn't super musical. I could play guitar the way you peck at a keyboard or type on somebody who doesn't types on a computer. Mm-hmm. And it was hearing Wu-Tang for the first time. They did something, RZA did something really amazing that I mean, I've talked to him about it since, and it's just the coolest thing about Wu-Tang is he was sampling this era where the mic selection was so small and the guitar selection was so small, the amps, everything they were doing was, you don't need to know the song that he's sampling because you know the sound of that piano. You know the sound of that guitar, you know the sound of those drums, because it's all like the same miking techniques, like recording techniques were so, like it was so simple at the time. And he did something where he was taking these 4-bar loops and 8-bar loops and like these little pieces, and he was putting it out there, and it just in a way was connecting with all of us who grew up listening to oldies radio, like all of our parents' music, and he's also doing something new and fresh with it. And again, this comes back to like he was taking something that he loved and he was recreating something. It was just completely new. It's not the same. And it like that's what made me want to play music. It was, if I could hear this, like maybe we could create these loops. Maybe we could create some of this stuff. And like our first few records are pretty much
it. We tried
me
to do
pecking
that.
at guitar and pecking at piano and trying to find a line and then looping that.
Oh.
I mean, that was like really how we got into it, was because of hip hop.
That's
was
dope.
hearing like these loops and just saying like maybe we can recreate a beat.
Yeah, it was something so familiar and so new at the same time, and just that how fucking cool it was. I mean, growing up in Wasilla, Alaska, and like hearing the shit that they were talking about, but then also throwing in, you know, a bunch of fucking kung fu samples, which we were obviously huge into anyway. So I'm just like, this is the raddest shit I've ever heard.
Oh, that reminds me of something you turned us on to, that Sean Price record. Man, that record is so good.
Seriously.
The Michael Dudikoff.
Yeah, the American Ninja 4 reference. I was like, fuck yeah, Michael Dudikoff.
His
Like,
references
damn.
and sense of humor and like and his flows, and I mean he's such, you know, it's such a loss because to me he was like really one of a last of a dying breed of a true Brooklyn MC who was hard but also has such a good sense of humor. And then, you know, the thing about Sean Price, like he loved to rhyme. Like he would send me shit like, I'd be like, yo, you should rhyme over a tribe, or he'd say something about tribe, and I'm like, you should rhyme over a tribe shit. And I'd get a text of like, you know, 70 seconds of him rhyming over, you know, a tribe joint. I was like, what? You know, he would just do it, you know, but like, you're like, he's flowing over that shit. So, you know, I mean, I that guy, it's a big loss. Would you guys ever consider like doing stuff with a hip hop, like having somebody rhyme on a song, like, because now like sort of the world is, I don't want to, you know, overstate it, but the world is your oyster. And since you love it so much, would you ever consider having somebody rock on your joint? Because it's sort of something that's not being done. Obviously there was good, bad, and everything in between with it. You know, with Linkin Park killed it with Jay-Z. There's all sorts of examples. And then there's the mashups where just DJs flipped. Like, I mean, there was that one with, I think 50 Cent, and I mean somebody did some crazy shit, and they just flipped it with all sorts of old stuff. Would you guys consider doing that? And like, what would be your dream? Like 2 or 3 dudes, you'd be like, yo, that would make sense. You know, that would make sense. Like, yo, this would fit with our shit. Like, we can make a song with so and so.
Yeah, see, that's the difficult thing. It's funny being around, having been around rappers and, I mean, rock artists. Like, every rock artist wants to be accepted by hip-hop, and every hip-hop artist wants to be accepted by rock. It's just, like, the way it is. It's the grass is always greener. You always want to see that. For me, this is what we do. And I think that's what everybody should remember is, like, I can do this really well. I don't know if I could create a hip hop track that would work. I mean, if we could work with people though, it's the things that we grew up listening to in high school. It's Missy Elliott. I mean, I love Missy. Missy is like one of my favorites of all time. Outkast, Andre, like it. I mean, there's so many people that would work well doing that. Busta, I mean, of course.
Totally.
He makes everything fucking work.
It's all that
Like,
wacky
he really
shit.
does. That motherfucker's, I mean, he's somebody who gets so overlooked. He's stupid good.
How
He's
crazy is
so
that?
fucking good.
Man,
He's never on a top 5. And then when you see him perform, you're like, this
Yeah, blown
motherfucker
away.
has got jam after jam after jam. And seeing him perform and like all that staccato fast shit, when you see it live, you're like,
fast as fuck.
there's no mumble rapping. You could hear every, like when he goes, da-da-da-da-da-da, give me some more.
I mean, do you remember the track like him and Mystical? Like, do you remember that shit going back and forth? And just like every time it's like, you can't go faster than that. Then they go faster.
And
I
you
was
could
like,
hear
oh my
every
fucking-
word.
Every word.
And when you see him do it live, you could hear. I mean, that shit he did,
insane.
jump around. He did the jump around joint. Him and Eminem. To me, last year was I forgot what the fucking name. I always talk about it. It's him and Eminem on that jump around House of Pain beat. It's literally they should put it in the Smithsonian now because they're both killing it. And Busta's just like, I mean, they're both just like going. And he's somebody, if you say top 5, you just forget him.
Yeah, you don't think about it, but man, he was so ridiculous. And that
Still
whole
is.
era.
I don't think he was. I think he'll put out a joint like this year and you'll be like, what the fuck is
he's
this?
underappreciated.
I agree. We heard some shit that he did just like last year and a couple of years ago. Yeah, he is a great.
But all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. My final question, and then Dean, if you got a final question, because sound. You like vinyl. Miles and Jordan, the Dust Brothers. We refer to them. We have the best sound. And Norm Macdonald. No disrespect, his sound isn't as good as the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. And so much music is compressed. I can't tell the difference, but I will say that the title High Five. I hear things in songs that I've loved that I've never heard before. How important is that to you guys? And is it really even something that musicians should care about at this point? Because at the end of the day, they might grab that shit off YouTube and it's like going to be like the little ting-tings you put in there. You might spend an hour trying to do.
It's ear candy for us because it's and for some people, everybody listens to music differently. And what you got to forget is that once you write it and once you put it out, we write it for us. We write it because once it's something we want to hear. Then once we put it out in the world, art is about context and it's about connection. So that's the listener. A lot of people just listen to their iPhones like this. A lot of people, just have bad speakers in the car. Some people love. I'm a headphone guy, so I like all that little stuff.
What's your headphones of choice?
I go back and forth. I just can't stop buying headphones. Right now, my last ones I'm on. I really like the Master and Dynamics.
What brand is it?
Master and Dynamics.
Okay, how much are those joints?
I think they're like 500 ish. But I mean, it's like it's
That's
our
that
job.
car commercial
And so
shit.
It's like, well, also,
But no,
when
but this
we're
is for your
musicians,
listening. No,
to be fair, I don't really pay for headphones. They usually, to be fair, I just like somebody knows
That's
a guy.
the hookup?
They're like, oh, you're a band. Of course, you need good headphones, So they'll give us headphones.
That's the hookup.
And so, but I'm always wanting more.
Yeah, there's a
And-
weird thing that's happened. I mean, it's not just recently in music. You were talking about music being compressed and just, I mean, with the internet, like everything that you can get now, like it's all MP3s or, I mean, just, things off of YouTube is how they sample. The way music is made today is it's all just kind of pushed to 10. Like it's all just fucking loud. And the thing that I miss in music is hearing the dynamics, is hearing those low lows so the chorus could be high. Like you want it to be hot when it gets there.
A little bit softer now. Like nobody does that shit anymore, dude.
Isaac
That shit's
Brothers,
incredible.
man. Like I want to dip down, like listen closer, and then have it explode in your face. Well, that was a poor choice of words.
No, I got you. Okay, no, that makes sense. So, what other headphones? Because I'm into that shit too, and I'm tripping. I'm like, is this just because I spent $350? I'm tricking
good?
myself. Like I heard that piano key. I never heard that. I've been listening to this fucking song for 20 years.
Totally. I always love to hear those little things in music. And it depends. It's like what's comfortable. Odysseys, that like those are like the nicest. I
They
don't have
go
a
on your
pair.
head?
Yeah. I like over the ear headphones, but it's just kind of like. But I always, I'm like, oh, I can lay on my side. I like. There's so many different things. And now with Bluetooth, I'm just like, fucking wires. I feel like goddamn caveman.
But
Right.
doesn't
I don't know why,
Bluetooth kind of change the
totally
quality?
does.
I mean, that's my one beef.
It makes
with
it good or not
No,
good?
it doesn't
No,
make it as good.
It makes it good, but
at all.
but you need the convenience, so you need the both. That's why I like cans.
Dude, I
that
like
have
the Bose Quiet Comfort.
But honestly,
Those are good.
those are really good.
You don't think they're good?
No, they're very good.
Oh, I think they're good.
But with
totally,
the plug or not the Bluetooth?
They're
changes
Bluetooth, but the Bluetooth changes. That's why I kind of like having the cord.
It takes the you think
I think it takes the quality.
A little bit,
it's
yeah,
lower
it
quality.
does.
Fuck, I've really
But-
been fucking lying to myself, man.
But there is a thing about convenience, and
I know, and it's like, really, do you really? I swear to God, I don't know this title hi-fi. That maybe it's because I'm paying $21 a month. I swear, I think I'm hearing shit in the music. I'm like,
You're right. There is a difference. There completely is a difference, and you can hear it.
Is there a difference with vinyl? Is there a difference? Or is like this is some like Gary Delabonte, Howard Stern shit, but
it's more of a vibe. But it depends on what you're listening to. If you're listening through $10,000 speakers, you can totally hear the difference. If you're not, if you're just listening,
It ain't
through
the
some
record.
computer- yeah, it's not. I mean, there is, but it's also. it's also worse, but you get the vibe. You can hear the vinyl, and you get that, and there's something about the feeling. Like I listen to vinyl every morning when I'm at home, and it's just because I can, because there's so many times where I can't. I listen to shit on YouTube, and I listen to a bunch of compressed stuff all the time. I kind of do everything. But when I'm at home and I have the chance, make some coffee, and I go like put vinyl on just because it makes me happy. But it's more about, I'm not really doing that for the audio, really. That's like the process.
I got you.
It's like the film
something.
dust, you know, when you're watching fucking film versus digital.
I got you. I just don't have the ear. I don't know. I can't figure it out. All right, listen. I said I wasn't going to do the Portugal the Man Life and Times. I didn't want to do Portugal the Man Lifetimes. I want to tell you guys, first of all, congratulations on all the fucking success. I think it's dope. I think it's a great story. I want you guys to continue to make fucking huge, big pop songs. Tell the early fans, listen, you come along for the ride, or fuck off. The more money, more problems. Second of all, I appreciate all the support for the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. You're the first band, although the whole crew isn't here, to come on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast.
You don't want all us dipshits.
No, I can't. I mean, this is like the most people we've had on in one show. We had to we've 4 mics.
This is a special episode.
Is special.
This is the first band you've ever had
first
on
band,
the show.
Portugal the Man.
Historical moment.
And also, another perk. Courtside seats at the fucking Trailblazers.
Yeah, no big deal. I mean, just whenever Paul Allen's not in town, we
steal the seats.
We don't
we take those seats.
Yeah. They're literally, I saw the ticket.
You can't get on
I
the
haven't got
wood.
to sit down there yet. I mean, they because me and a couple of the other guys are in still really good seats. But yeah, anytime that Paul Allen isn't there, John straight up gets his seat. When you look at the ticket, it's seriously like row AA, seat 01 and 02. It's fucked up.
That's
in the
that
stadium.
wood.
Yeah.
You got to hit them up, man. You can't get on that wood.
I want to go up there.
He wants
We got
splinters.
Evan
He can't
Turner
get
on
it.
the podcast. He's coming up. We had Dame Dollar. All right, Portugal the fucking Man. Thank you for rocking. Continue to kick ass. Tell Ellen I said what's up. Did you guys have to dance when you went on Ellen?
No.
Because you performed. Did you perform and then get interviewed? Or
No, we didn't get interviewed. But
okay, because if you get interviewed, you got to dance.
You got to dance.
And
yeah.
I didn't
course.
dance the first time, and I haven't been invited back. What? Portugal the Man. Yo, keep kicking ass, you guys, and thank you.
Thank you.
What I tell you? What did I tell you? It's primetime podcast and G Monetti.
Yep.
We did the damn thing. I want to thank these guys for coming through. Continued success. Continue doing your thing. Continue the world tours. Continue making the hits. Dudes are from Alaska. I didn't even know they were from Alaska. Thought they were from fucking Portland. So what? Shoot me. Okay? So what? You know what? We don't fact check. Go with my gut. I didn't know they were from Alaska. They're from these guys are from the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Bring some crab legs next time you come back, bro.
Huh. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. G Monetti. G Moody. Last name rhymes with duty. I am Michael Rapaport. The Jake LaMotta of podcasting. The Dust Brothers. Miles Jordan. Take us out of here with a banger, with a smacker. You know what it is. We'll be back with more and more hits on the next I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I'm out.